You can create as many charts from the same data as you want to illustrate different points or aspects of the data. In this lesson, we'll create a pie chart, format a pie chart, and adjust the page layout. So here's our tour expenses chart. It's great for comparing each country's expenses quarter by quarter, but we also want to look at how each country's total expenses compare to each other. To do that, we need to create a second chart. When we're finished, we'll have created a pie chart. Pie charts are great for showing the relationships of parts to the whole. They show you at a glance who has the biggest and smallest slices of the pie, or in this case, who spent more or less money. When we're also done, we'll have done some formatting to highlight the fact that India's expenses were the lowest. We'll pull this slice away from the pie to emphasize it. Then we'll finish up by adjusting our page layout so that everything fits on one page when we print it. So let's get started. In this worksheet, first thing I'm going to do is I'm actually going to scroll up and I'm going to select the range A5 through A12. I'll press and hold the Control key, then I'll select the range F5 through F12. This is the only piece I want to actually select. That selects two non-contiguous ranges, the country labels here and the total expenses for each over here. I don't care about the quarterly breakdowns right now. I just want the totals. Next, I'll click the Insert tab. Then in the Charts group, I'll click the Pie Chart. Now I need to decide which one I want to select. I'm going to click on the 3D pie chart, which is down here. So I'm going to click Pie in 3D. Now what I'm going to do, I want to move the chart a little bit further to the right. So I'm actually going to drag the chart over so its upper left corner of this is in cell G1. So notice I want to make sure I'm dragging the correct part of my actual chart. It's best to actually make sure you're clicking outside of any of the chart objects when you want to move the whole chart. So I'm going to drag and I want it to be located here for cell G5. Also, so you can see the whole chart, I'm actually going to make some changes. In the chart layouts group here, I actually want to make a little bit of a change, and I'm going to, here in the chart layouts group, I'm going to choose layout 2. Under design, in the design tab under chart layouts, I'm going to choose layout 2 so it makes it easier to see what's on my chart. I'm going to select the chart title placeholder, then I'll type total expenses, triple click total expenses, by country, so we know what is included in our chart. And I'm going to click the slice for India, which is here, the 7%. I'm going to click on that actual slice itself. And notice, I want to make sure, as you notice, as I click on the different areas, I just want that slice selected. I don't want the titles that are on the actual chart. I just want the slice itself. So I just want the handles be around the orange slice for India. I'm going to click on that slice, and so once it's selected, that data point, I'm actually going to right click and I'm going to format the data point. Notice the Format Data Point dialog box opens. I want to pull this slice away from the rest of the pie. So I'm going to use the Point Explosion option here, and I'm going to drag that point explosion to the right. So this actually will, I can drag it and that will actually change how far away it is. I want it to actually be at 40. So I could drag until I hit 40, or here, and you'll notice I'm going to drag this over to the right so you can see it. I actually want to type 40 in that little text box and hit enter, and it explodes the piece of the pie that I want to accentuate out so that it stands out from the others. I'm going to actually go over to cell A1 and I'm going to click on that, and I'm going to switch to page layout view. To switch to page layout view, I can go to view, page layout, or remember I can also use the options down here in the status bar and click on page layout. What you'll notice when I click the page layout tab, the chart that I just selected is way over in the far right hand corner. So what I want to do is fit everything to one page. So I'm going to click here down at the bottom, and to fit it all to one page, I want to change the actual orientation. I'm going to go to page layout, I'm going to choose orientation in the page setup group, and I'm going to choose landscape. What you'll notice, I still have part of my chart that's on the other page. I don't want that to happen. So I'm going to click on File, and I'm working with wanting to print this. I'm going to click on Print in the navigation, and notice in the preview the chart extends a little bit. Down here in this section where I see my scaling section, I'm going to click my drop down, and what I want to happen is I want to fit everything that's on this sheet on one page. So I click Fit Sheet on one page, and it actually adjusts so that my chart is actually on one page so I print when I'm printing. So I'm going to I can print this to my printer by clicking on Print. I'm also going to click on Save first before I print, and then I can go back and File and Print, and I can see my preview, which is great, and I can click on the print, make sure everything else is what I want it to be. So if I want to learn more about this and try these steps myself, I can check out my the textbook for additional tips and learn more about previewing a chart before printing.